Tech Team sells two different D-ring picture hanger sets. The first one is a number 836, which is 28 pieces of the medium-duty D-ring hanger and appropriate screws. The second is a number 835, which has 20 pieces of our heavy-duty D-ring hanger and appropriate screws. Each one comes packaged in a self-storage box. Okay, what's the difference between the two? The number 836 medium hanger has one hanging hole, and it's fairly modest in size. The number 835 heavy-duty hanger is substantially larger, and it has two holes for anchoring the hook to the back of the picture frame. This gives it the ability to hang substantially more weight. The zinc electroplate finish on each one of the D-rings resists rust and tarnish. Here we have a fairly heavy picture frame, and we are looking at the top edge of it here. This frame measures 24 inches top to bottom. This means we're going to want to mount our D-rings about 12 inches from the top. So first we're going to put a mark at 12 inches. And then, since this frame is 3 3/4 inches wide, we're going to put another mark at 1 7/8 inches right here, a little cross on it, and that will mark the center of the frame. Now you want to take a look at your D-rings carefully. You will note that one side of it is flush and flat. The other side has a little ridge in it here where it goes over the actual ring. You want to make sure that you mount the flat side against your picture frame. This is a nice, old, attractive, and expensive picture frame. The last thing we want to do is risk splitting it because we didn't put the screw in properly. All this means is we need to drill a pilot hole. Now we can do that one of two ways. We can use an awl. The only problems with an awl are that it's tapered, which means we're going to get a tapered hole, and we're not going to be able to control the diameter of the hole. By far the best way is to use your power drill. Here we have a 5/64 inch bit, and what we've done is we put a piece of tape on it so we can mark our depth and not make the hole too deep. You want to make sure you drill the hole exactly perpendicular to the face of the frame. Since we have two different D-rings, we're going to use the same side of the frame to show the example for mounting both of them. Okay, we made sure we have the flat side of the D-ring facing down, got our screw centered in the pilot hole, and we just screw it in like this. Now it's mounted, and we left a little slack so it can pivot, so that when we put the wire on it, it will pull to exactly the correct angle. Okay, now for our large heavy-duty D-ring, we're going to mount it basically the same way, but a little bit different. Okay, the first thing we did is anchor the lower hole in the D-ring. You'll notice we did not anchor the second hole. That's pretty much the last step in this process. What we want to do is get both of these D-rings in place, mounted only by the lower hole first. Now with both D-rings in place, both anchored only at the lower mounting point, we're going to attach the wire. Okay, wire's attached. Now we attach the wire to the other D-ring, and then we pull on the wire at the dead center of the wire and the center of the balance point for the picture. This will pull both D-rings to the correct angle and orientation, so know exactly where to locate the second screw. If we don't have the D-ring brackets properly aligned and the screw in the correct place, we're going to put stress on that screw, and that in turn is going to put stress on our picture frame. In addition, it's not going to be as strong a connection. Okay, we got our angles set. Without moving the D-ring, we drill our pilot hole dead center here. Put in our second screw. Then we go over and do the same thing on the other side, and the job is done. Here is a typical representative wall section. Your typical wall is made from vertical 2x4 studs, spaced 16 inches on center, and then is faced with drywall. We like to point this out because, as you may appreciate, the ability and weight-bearing capacity of both the hardware used to hang your picture and The construction and structural integrity of the wall are key factors in determining how successful you're going to be hanging your picture or heavy mirror. The point being, if the picture frame is rotted and or the stud and framing in the wall are lacking structural integrity, have termite damage, rot or something else, and or the drywall is crumbling, you are not going to have a successful hanging event.